And we're rolling.
Let me see your muscles.
No, she just paints.
Alright people, so welcome back to the Randall Son YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button now so you'll be able to keep up with all the uploads I will be doing in the future from now on. And since you're already out there, go ahead and hit the like button now so you don't have to remember about doing that at the end of the video. This is my first upload since I did the George Floyd protest, which was it was a hit for me as far as views wise, but it was also one of those, it was my first video where I was really emotionally like attached to that, like, you know. Close friends, family reached out to me, told me, you know, they really liked the content. They can really tell that there was times where I felt like I was going to choke up, which I really was going to. It was very hard for me to go through and talk about that, like, and still experience it. It wasn't like it was so old. It's still things that's going on, and even to this day. With that being said, since the George Floyd protest, I've been busy. I've been busy. After I did that protest, I went back protesting later on that week for Breonna Taylor. It was her birthday. She would have been 27 that following Friday, and I went back to protest because I had the time to do it, and I really felt good after protesting for the George Floyd protest. So I went out there, and this time it was during the evening time.
All Black Lives Matter! All Black Lives Matter! All Black Lives Matter!
So it was different because it was nighttime. This was the night protest. I felt more comfortable. If I didn't do the George Floyd protest during the day, I probably wouldn't have felt comfortable doing the night protest for Breonna Taylor. Just because I was comfortable, I felt like I had experience or whatnot, or I knew what to expect. I felt more comfortable going out there and doing the night protests. Even though I still went out there solo dolo, I tried to reach out to some people who said they were interested to going out there to protest with me. After they found out I did it for the George Floyd, I reached out to them people. I didn't get, nobody like reached out back in time, so I still know that's what I wanted to do, so I went solo dolo. Even though I was by myself, I wasn't by myself because I was together with all the rest of the protesters. Like I said, if you've gone out there, you'll know what I'm saying, where you feel like you're just like family, like everybody had each other's back when we're down there. So it wasn't like I was just like an odd person or anything, or, you know. But that protest, it was nice. It wasn't as long as the march as the George Floyd one was. Even though I was prepared this time, I actually wore tennis shoes and stuff. I had bottles of water on me and stuff. I was ready to go, more prepared this time. But it was successful. I didn't see anything as far as any physical fighting activity or anybody, even on the side of the police. No one was, everybody was acting calm on both sides. So I will say that, and I'm happy that everything did go calm and cool. There's still more work and protesting to be done to this day. That was about like a week ago when I went and did that, or about a week and a half ago. But there's still more protests to be doing. I still will be going out there protesting in the time and availability that I do have, and just for the right group and the right cause, because there's more names and more bodies and stuff that's popping up too since George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. Just before those two, it was Ahmaud Arbery, and there's more and more and more.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
Because again, this is still an emotional time, and it's so emotional for me to even be speaking about this. With that being said, after the Breonna Taylor protests, and just being on my phone and just keep hearing of these new cases that are popping up and seeing the people being distracted by side stories and other things that does not get to the goal, the justice of what everyone is fighting for, right? When I'm protesting and I'm going through, I know, like I said in the last video, it's not going to bring George or Breonna back to life. But what we are protesting is for a change. And for my reason going out there is for a reformation. It needs to be a reform, and not be a reform. Well, it needs to be a reform, but for sure, my main thing is accountability on the police departments. The accountability that they have to take when they commit a crime on the clock, wearing the badge as a public servant. Knowing George Floyd's case is a little different because all the police officers involved have been arrested and charged, whatever. Breonna Taylor's case hasn't been. She's dead, she was sleeping, and the cops are still free. What Breonna Taylor, with the protest, what it did have done so far up to this date, to this video, there has been a law that's been changed in the city where there's no more no-knock warrants, which is great. But we also need those cops to be held accounted for, because if it was anyone else to do that, they would definitely be in jail. And also, not only just the officers who were involved in the shootings, but also the person who was in charge of even approving the raid in the first place, because the person they were looking for was already in jail, so there was no reason for them to even go to that house. So if the right people were talking and communicating, that would have never happened. Breonna Taylor would still be living and breathing. I wouldn't even know who she is, and she would have celebrated her 27th birthday. But just because that's not the case, I think it needs to be accountability. It can't be, oh, well, we messed up and just move on. It's a life that was gone, and that's not cool at all. Okay, I want to talk about something else, because I'm already starting to feel like it's getting choked up or whatever about it, and just getting emotional about it. With that being said, I had to take a break. I had to take a mental break from a lot of things. I wasn't posting on, at first I wasn't even doing my YouTube thing. I wasn't even really wrapped up or even had my head around to keep doing this thing, even though this is a dedication to something I wanted to do. But I couldn't give it my all. I wasn't like really like, my mind, I wasn't grounded. And every time I get on my phone, keep seeing these new things. Like I said, these new bodies are popping up. I'm hearing different sides, hearing politicians say this. I'm hearing other politicians say that. I'm just seeing so much stuff and so much distraction. It's just a lot. And I really didn't know how to deal with it, because it was just so much. It was very overwhelming time. So I knew I had to take a break, and I definitely, which I already do, I go hiking a lot, but I went out and did longer hikes. I went out in the nature, like, really just let my mind declutter. And I would sit out there and just meditate. I would just sit there, just not think of nothing, and just listen to nature, not having no headphones on or nothing. Just going out there and just sitting there and just letting my mind literally just declutter and just breathe and just think about whatever. Even if it was around the things I wasn't, I needed to think about a little bit, and just let it just air out, and just let it just declutter my mind. And it took a few days, and even now, even to this day, like I said, it still bothers me because there's still stuff that's going on, so it's kind of hard to ignore it. Like I said, as soon as I pick up my phone, it doesn't even matter if I even get on Twitter and Instagram or whatever, I wake up to text messages sometimes, because people know I'm out there protesting or doing whatever, and they'll send me sub articles and stuff like that. So it's no right now I feel like there's no way of me dodging it, but I do put my mental health first. I don't want to go crazy over this, over all of this, over this news. I don't want it to over stress me. So there's times where I do take breaks, and after those two protests, and especially after Breonna Taylor protest, I had to take a break. Which I am glad I did. And speaking of taking a break and doing nature stuff and all of that, spend time with family. And my uncle, he just had a birthday, and it was like, came like just in time, because it was like, this is what I needed. I needed to be around family and love, and just a break away from the phones and the television, and just catch up. Catch up with your people, and, you know, just laugh and having fun. I was able to go out there, meet up with my cousin Makai's family, my little cousins, my aunt and my other cousins, and we had a cookout. For my uncle's birthday, and it was wonderful. I was able to check out his garden finally from this year, which is amazing. She was seeing this B-roll footage that I put in there. My auntie sent me home with some zucchini, some squash, jalapeno peppers, and some tomatoes, which, oh man, so delicious. The zucchini's so freaking big. I gotta, you know what? I'm about to go get that right now. Look how big this zucchini is. Big boy. But anyway, send me home with that. I'm happy with the produce. There's less stuff I had to buy at the grocery store. I definitely need to start looking more into gardening, but it's hard for me to want to do anything too big because I stay in a fourplex, so I can only do so much. But even if I can just grow a little, like my little herbs, like I don't know, even like mint and stuff like that, I can just keep on a windowsill, something like that. I'll feel happy with that. I know I probably could do a tomato plant. I think they do have things where you can buy and actually grow it inside your home. But being out there at my uncle's house and seeing his garden, my cousin got a Chef Micaiah, he got a nice garden too at his crib though too. So those are definitely goals, and be looking for those videos because I'm definitely trying to. That's the goal for real, for sure. So when I get property, get my own house and stuff, there's definitely gonna be a garden. Every tree that I have in on my yard, 9 times out of 10 you can probably eat from it. So that is the goal. With that being said, people, that spending time with family and stuff, it was definitely it was much needed. It was a much needed balance that I needed, because I was just feeling so stressed out and just sad and like just crazy, not myself for sure. Being around family and stuff, definitely, like I said, it balanced me out. Being with some love and some happiness, some laughter and smiles and stuff, you know, it definitely balanced me back out. With the COVID and stuff, COVID is still spiking in Texas. Bye, Morgan. Love you. COVID is still spiking in Texas, and but Greg Abbott, our wonderful governor, is still opening Texas up. So that being said, I started back. Why did I say I started back work? I started a new job, which I would get in details about my old job and how I'm at the new job now. But I started working, and so now I'm trying to get back into the schedule and get into this groove where I'll be able to, excuse me, have my time for YouTube to make these videos, shoot and edit, have my time for work, and have my time for my mental health and this health, exercising and doing all that stuff. So I'm happy that I'm about to get back into a normal groove, because these past couple months and stuff been kind of crazy. I know you guys don't know what I'm talking about, but I will get to that in future videos. But don't count out your boy. I'm getting better with these videos. I'm getting real better with these videos and these B-roll footage. So like I said, stay tuned. Like definitely coming back with at least one video a week. I can at least do one. I can at least do one video a week. We're gonna get back to this vegan food reviews. We're gonna get back to cooking meals with Chef Micaiah. We're gonna get to me going to different restaurants and checking out these different vegan food spots in Austin and the surrounding areas, and also vlogging and hiking videos and all type of stuff. So yeah, just keep subscribe, hit the like button, stay tuned. Don't doubt your boy, I got you, okay? I love you all. You all stay safe.